All right, the all-new MacBook Neo is here in studio. This, in my opinion, is one of the most exciting Apple products in a long time. And I was actually watching the latest MKBHD video, and he was kind of saying the same thing, where it's not the best, newest, craziest tech. It's actually the opposite. It's like Apple's lowest offering, but because these devices have gotten so powerful, I've said it before, Apple has brought the power to the people. This is a $599 MacBook, which is insane. Like, it truly is. And I've been watching a lot of reviews and things, and sadly, we're not, best friends with Apple yet, so we get these when everyone else gets them. But I'm excited to put this through the paces. Like, can I run my business off of this? I'm gonna come out and say yes, especially with the videos I've seen. Even when it comes to video editing, we don't do anything crazy here. We don't have any crazy effects going on, so this should be it. Today's video, unboxing, first impressions. I'm going to get it set up, going to just try out a few things, and then I'll come back again in about a week and give my full review on, can this replace my whole setup? So without further ado, let's dive in. All right, so it's obviously always hard to tell on like others' videos what a product really looks like and how it feels, but this might be like my favorite looking MacBook, at least on the outside, across the lineup, and we'll get to why here in a second. All right, there it is, MacBook Neo, Apple logo, 8 gigabytes of memory. I did go for the 512 gigabyte storage, so I upgraded to that, which also gives me the fingerprint sensor. Something I'm thinking about doing is potentially giving this to my wife to use as her personal computer, which she hasn't had one in a long time. So I think it could be a good gift for her. And I knew that she would probably want the fingerprint sensor just to make it a little easier to log in each time. Ooh, I like this. The pull tab says hello on it. I don't know if you can see that. Very Apple. It has heft to it, quite a bit actually. That is, not insanely heavy, but it's a full metal body we're looking at here. So designed by Apple in California. I was kind of hoping they would bring back stickers for this, just because during all their promos and things, they had like the types of stickers you would put on your MacBook, laptop, whatever, like in college and high school. So I thought it'd be cool if they could include some of those. It doesn't look like they have here. All right, we've got a braided cable and just a 20-watt power brick, which is actually pretty cool. It doesn't take a lot to charge these. Obviously, we're not gonna have any crazy fast charging or anything like that, but it's honestly kind of cool that you can charge this thing with just 20 watts. So, all right, let's get this bad boy out here. Okay, so this is what I was kind of picking up. This, as you know, on this channel, like, we love good design too. Like, we focus on design quite a bit. There are like way more rounded edges and corners going on here than, let's bring out the MacBook Air. So you can see it's a bit smaller than the MacBook Air, and it's actually a bit thicker. We've got more rounded edges, it seems. Let's see. Maybe the corners are the same sort of roundedness, but what I'm feeling is this has like a sharper edge this way, and this is more rounded. So you do have a nice round area here, which is really nice. Another thing that I actually really love is on the MacBook Air, you can see you have like a mirrored finish Apple logo. These have a glassy, I don't know what you'd call it. I think it's glass in the aluminum, but this is kind of like a textured glass. And I think with the yellow one, citrus, and the other colors, it might be more of a glossy glass look. I'm not entirely sure, but that looks so nice. Wow. It's just amazing to me. Like, even the feet, I like these better than the MacBook Air feet. These are a little flatter. They look more, probably a little bit more premium. And you can see this has quite a bit more screws than the MacBook Air does as well, but that's such a nice looking bottom to the MacBook as well. And I think that brings up a really interesting point. I think it was Tyler Stallman maybe in his video he shared a video from Steve Jobs talking about how Apple will always go premium. They can't put out something that is not something they would recommend to their friends and family. And so I think even with the cheapest $599 student discount $499 MacBook, it feels premium. It feels nice in the hand. And truly, this feels like a high-end MacBook. There's nothing about this that screams low-end. And even some of the rounded edges and things that feel a bit nicer, maybe even more playful, still feel maybe even more premium than something like the MacBook Air. So all that said, let's go ahead and get open here. Fantastic, amazing hinge design. We do have, with the silver version, of course, white keycaps, and those can get pretty grimy, pretty crummy. So I would recommend maybe picking up some sort of protector for this if you're gonna be using this like in college, something like that. But honestly, that looks incredible. The finish is great. And there's our startup. Bezels are quite large, but I've thought about making a bezel video for the longest time on this channel. Bezels disappear almost the second you start actually using the device. So bezels aren't a huge deal to me, and probably to most people, honestly, once you start using the thing. So here we go. Here it is. This is an actual clicking trackpad, so it goes in. But my point about the trackpad, this is actually, it doesn't click. It's flush and it has haptic feedback in it. So it feels like it's clicking. This one is actually clicking. But man, that feels good. You can see the difference in bezel size here, which is almost, I would say about 50% larger, at least there. And then of course, along here, you don't have the notch, which is kind of nice. I think a lot of people will actually like that about this design. I think the MacBook Air kind of hides that really well. But I have to admit, aesthetically, out of the box, I like that these keycaps are white. I think it looks a lot nicer, but the black is kind of the way to go, especially for grime and using them over time. So that's something to keep in mind. It is very slightly taller. You can probably see like a white line there where it's showing kind of the shadowy area. So it's slightly taller there, but ultimately I kind of like that it's smaller, more portable. I think their weights are very similar, yeah. You can see the difference in trackpad size as well. This is a little bit smaller, but that's to be expected with a smaller computer. You can also see on the keyboard here, they've opted for symbols instead of return, shift. You just get tab as well. It's a cleaner look overall, which I think looks really nice. So I'm just gonna say, from a design standpoint, right out of the box, I'm really impressed, which I'm not surprised that it looks so nice and feels premium. This is Apple that we're talking about, and even their like plastic MacBooks of old felt really cool and premium and new. Another thing to think about here is it's using the same sort of keyboard as their highest end Pro model MacBook. So the experience of using the device, at least tactile, is just really nice. The display gets pretty bright. Like, it's obviously not the best out there, but it looks really nice on here. There is no backlight on the keyboard, so that's something to keep in mind if you do a lot of typing at nighttime and you need to be able to see. Otherwise, tilt your screen, let it shine on the keys. Like in the old days, you should be fine. So while this is getting set up here, I think a big thing for a lot of the average consumers out there is battery life. And this should have all day battery life. You should be fine. And if you're not using it for 16 straight hours, you should be able to have quite a few days, maybe even a week of usage if you're using it lightly. But while we're talking about battery life, I have a battery as well. And the best way I fill up my battery is with caffeine. So today's sponsor is Terra Cafe. This is the Terra Cafe TK02, and literally, it's one of my favorite products ever made. I'm not just saying this. I've had this machine in my kitchen for a while now, and I use it every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. And what I love about the TK02 is that it basically replaces an entire coffee setup. It grinds fresh beans with a built-in conical burr grinder, brews espresso, drip coffee, Americanos, lattes, cappuccinos, pretty much the whole cafe menu at the touch of a button. In our house, we make everything on it. Morning coffee, iced coffee in the afternoon, milk drinks like lattes or cappuccinos on the weekends. The touchscreen interface makes it really easy to dial in all your drinks, and you can even customize recipes and save them so your favorites are always ready to go. It even connects to the Terra Cafe app, so you can create your own coffee profiles and brew exactly the way you like, and even brew a cup of coffee from your bed, which is wild. And the design is honestly beautiful. You know we love that on this channel. It looks more like a modern appliance than a traditional coffee machine. And for me, this is one of those rare products that actually lives up to the promise. One machine that handles pretty much every coffee drink we need in this house. So if you want to check out the TK02, I'll have a link in the description below, and I'll try to get you all a discount code. Thanks so much to TK02 for sponsoring today's video. All right, setting up Touch ID here, which seems to be working smoothly. I'll also say if you have an Apple Watch, you can always unlock your Mac with Apple Watch, so that's a nice feature as well. Then you don't even really need the Touch ID. So if you're thinking like, I don't need the extra space, do I need Touch ID and need to pay the extra money? I would say no if you don't need the extra space. It is only $100 more, so it's not too bad if you think about it. But if you don't need the extra space, and you have an Apple Watch, I wouldn't even worry about Touch ID. All right, here we go. We're all set up. And I don't know if you realize this or not. I know a lot of people have shared this online, but it actually spells Mac with the background here, which is pretty neat. Apple usually hides the name of the product in their backgrounds these days, which is kind of a neat touch. So this is the Side Phone 1. Yes, it's a phone. Yes, it's sort of a feature phone. Yes, it can be seen. I'm actually surprised by the sound quality. I thought it was going to be super tinny. It is super tinny, but at Side Phone for sending this for review. Just hearing like my voice, there's actually more bass than I thought there would be. Let's turn this up a little. It is weird. So the speakers are here on each side. So you do get stereo sound, but it's kind of weird, especially if you're sitting like with this in a pillow or something on your lap. Those can get blocked fairly easily instead of them being like up here or behind the keyboard. So that's something to keep in mind. And then you do have, of course, the headphone jack as well. You get the 2 USB-C ports here, and then a clean look on the other side. But overall, this is it. This is the MacBook Neo, and I'm honestly pleasantly surprised. Let's go ahead and, oh, it looks so nice. I'm pumped about this, and I do think it's something that's going to change the game for Apple for the years to come. The next iteration of this is only going to be better if you think about it, and this is already really great. I'm going to try and replace my MacBook Air with this for a week and get back to you all with sort of my full-on review of the system here. If you have any questions about how this runs certain apps or something, let me know in the comments down below and we will try to test those out for you all. Thanks so much for watching. On this channel, we help you discover intentionally designed and well-made tech to help you live a calmer, more focused life. We like tech that marries form and function. So if that sounds cool to you, please subscribe. Like this video for more. Hype it up if you would. Watch this video next. I think you're gonna love it. And we'll see you all in the next video.